It make no sense to doubt every words you'll notice. You'll notice. You know what's better for I and I. It's true. You know what's better, oh highly I. And it's true. You know what's better. It's true. You know what's better for I and I.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wonderful. Yeah, once again, giving thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Empress Selassie the First. Give thanks for such joy and happiness and beautiful sensation right here, talking about Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. And of course, you know, this Patrons Day for those who may be just joining us, wherever you may be internationally. Yes, we've been doing this since, well, let's say 5 a.m. in the uprising, specifically the upper Asing for sure. But since midnight, we've been coming through with the Nyabingi sound. And of course, we have Nyabingi music for us going up until midday today from about 11:35 or so. Just get your chalices packed and make sure you have your, all good spices ready. And the pot should be bubbling as well for those of you in this hemisphere. Hey, listen, whatever hemisphere you're in, because we ain't going to sleep at all right now, and so you can eat some good food and bun some good, chalwa specifically, going up until 12 o'clock. I'm talking about Eastern Caribbean time, so you got to work with me, Please forgive me if I'm not acknowledging Japanese time, Chinese time, wherever you may be time, but you just got to work with me. I'm talking about Eastern Caribbean time. Hey, the Honorable Priest Isaac with you. Again, this is the international flavor, the universal spice. This is Radio Anu, PriestIsaacInstitute.com. That is the website. And of course, we are still looking, how is our... What's the record on the pledge? Any new pledges coming in the last hour?
Yeah, we have recorded one pledge, and that was in the amount of $50.
Oh, we're gonna have to start to
US.
read these names, isn't it? So, okay.
No,
I'm not too sure.
probably
Some
not.
people may want to hear. All right, whatever the case is, for sure. And some people are, they do stress to keep them anonymous, but I do know some people may desire to be to let the world know. Well, yeah, they would have been one of those that would have pledged. Well, whatever the case is, if they demand it, I have no problem with it. I'll let the world know that you pledged and exactly how much you did. But just in the keen interest of privacy, just in case someone may not want to be heard, let's just leave it at that for the moment. All right, family. So the count is still the same. I think so that's an extra $50 on the pledge. So if my count is correct, we're going to, let me see, $480 pledge. I think we have $480 in pledge, and I think we should still be at 120 in actual contributions. All right, we give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. So remember, the target is 12,000 specifically. That is the budget for the essay competition that has been created for this year. So obviously, if it doesn't reach to that, the competition might be scaled down. Because it could scale up and it could scale down and it could get bigger and it could get smaller, but that is the target that we have set, and we are still looking to hit it. Hey, family, we can do that. We can do that if we understand, if we are serious. As I said, and that's $1,000 from 12 people. Let me see. I know we have a lot more than 12 people listening. That's $1,000 from 12 people. Person say, boy, $1,000 plenty money. Hey, listen, $10 is a plenty money to different, depending on who you are. All right, and $1,000 is nothing, depending on who you may be. Again, so and there's in between. So again, it may be a sacrifice, but it can be done. Some people, it can't be done at all. They can't tell us they see that kind of money. To some people, it's easy, like drinking water. And again, to some, it may be a sacrifice. But whatever the case is, I know that 12 people, 1,000 each, that's the budget there. Or listen, family, or 1,000 people. I think that one would work nice. $12 each. We have 1,000 people here, you know. 1,000 people, $12 each. How does that sound? Easy. That's how we know we can move mountains as a people, if we just do and follow the Marcus Messiah Garvey strategy. It's pennies Marcus Messiah Garvey took up, pennies. Anyway, give thanks, family. In a few moments, we'll have the Honorable Empress Ethiopia joining us. And right on target there, for sure. Definitely. Blessed love, Honorable Empress.
Blessed love, Majesty. Give thanks alive.
Give thanks alive. Give thanks, right on cue, right on cue. And you're right here with us on Radio Anu. It is a joy, Honorable Empress, to have you with us.
Yes. Blessed love.
Tiger's Nest.
Blessed love. It's a mighty honor to be here. Give thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Heart of love. Yeah, so this is Honorable Empress Naya. Yes. We have the goddess Empress Ethiopia tuning in, and we're going to be engaging her on all things as it related to the Ubuntu movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, yes, my Empress, give thanks again. I know that so many things have been taking place, even within your territory, but I'm not going to go too deep into that. But I know a few years ago, you officially launched the Ubuntu movement. What I wanted just to get from you, in the short space of time that we may have to today, is to get an understanding, number one, of what Ubuntu is in general.
And just bear with us, Tiger with us. We
Yes, okay.
we're waiting for her to return.
Okay, well, as we wait for that, well, okay, oh my. Well, what I wanted to ask the Honorable Empress is that the term Ubuntu in general, the reality of that term, and of course, give us some history on the movement. So once again, the term Ubuntu, the origin of it, or what you could tell us about Ubuntu in general, not the movement now, but just the term, because we would hear the term in different corners.
Okay, well, give thanks. I got disconnected for a moment, but I would like to think that I heard what you were asking. Ubuntu in itself, it's a Swahili word, which means I am because we are. So the thing is, of course, being Rastafari of the order of Oboshanti, that's the Ethiopia Africa Black Internal Congress. One of the things that King Emmanuel have always taught us is to ensure that the humble be fed, sick, nourished, age protected, and infants cared for. And I myself and the persons that are normally around me, we're always trying in whatever way we see it necessary that we use our faculties, our skills, our capabilities to uplift the state of our people. All right, and when I say our people, I'm speaking of people of truth and right, people who stand for justice and have that love for humanity. So then the becoming familiar with the principle in itself, knowing that, hearing that within the Bobo Shanti order that be inculcated in us. There's always that desire to just, okay, what can we do? What can I use? How can I use what I have to help others who do not have as much? All right, and that's where that's when coming across the word Ubuntu and realizing its significance, the power in the word. I am because we are. It really speaks to that reality of our connection, no matter how different we might think we are. We are connected to each other, and the singular person cannot really be anything of significance unless whatever they're doing is of some level of benefit to the others around. It's just like the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey says, nothing is worthwhile achieving unless it's achieved through unity. So when we can really progress as a people, it's when we can do something that is for the benefit for humanity on the whole. So that's where the word in itself, the meaning, the essence of the word, how it really resonated with us, and then eventually led to the establishment of the non-profit organization, the Ubuntu movement, which has as its fundamental goal, similar to our duty as Rastafari, as Bobo Shanti, to ensure that the humble is fed, the sick is nourished, the aged is protected, and the infants are cared for. But the direction, the take that we have on that is, we want to be able to teach persons how it is that they can uplift themselves. We want to provide persons with that opportunity to be able to use whatever talent they have to be able to enhance their state of being, to acquire or to do what it is that they want to do, especially in cases whereby they might be held up because of something that it's just that they just did not get the opportunity to be able to manifest their talent. So that's the whole purpose of the Ubuntu movement, with that understanding that there's a universal connectedness that identifies us as a family. So we have to embrace our creative God nature and do what we can to improve the state of the world with full knowledge that each individual is a significant dot that joins with all the other dots to form the circle of life. All right, and it's not necessary that we have to look beyond ourselves or to say, well, the government's supposed to do this, or them people, the principal's supposed to do that, or whatever the case may be. Just once we have, each of us, we have innate strengths, innate capabilities that we can just use, for the betterment of not just our singular self, but our neighbor, so to speak.
Yes, Honorable Empress, give thanks. Yes, you already started to prep into the movement itself, but before we go deeper into the movement, let me say your explanation of I am because we are. Yeah, that was quite profound, man. Even the way you explained it and how Marcus Messiah Garvey would have expressed himself too. So also, when you mentioned that, before I even asked this, when you mentioned that, also the phrase of Kwame Nkrumah came to mind, that the liberation of Africa is meaningless unless all Africans are free.
That's
which, of
right.
course, the Emperor would have uttered. But as you speak of I am because we are, and you do mention humanity, and I think I know the answer for the question I'm asking though. But do you see it beyond humanity? I mean, I am because we are nature in general, just existence, life, whether it be the plants, the flowers, the sun, the ants. Do you see it that deep?
Well, of course, because why when I say I am because we are, I generally feel that all of creation, all created entities is there for our purpose, for our benefit. That's for human benefit. And with that knowledge, we have that responsibility to interact with all of creation in a manner to ensure its continued existence, because it's there for our benefit. So when it is that we do not interact with nature in that context, then it's actually bringing about our own self-destruction, because nature is there for us to support our lifespan, to support our continued existence. So yes, it does. It does encompass all created beings: the ants, the birds, the sea, the trees, everything. The precious metals. Yeah.
Okay, good. The Honorable Empress now would like to.
Yes. Just a quick word sound more to the Ubuntu movement. Now, it's from our awareness that there are many ones taking on the Ubuntu movement. So how are you shaping the movement within your own, I guess, space and time? There in St. Lucia and also within Rastafari, how does this movement work within a movement already?
The thing is with the Ubuntu movement, and because of course, when I came across the word and everything, I was very excited. What Ubuntu? That's so profound, So, and this is what we need. It resonated with me, as I said earlier. And then doing more searches. After a while, I realized there are a lot of different Ubuntu. There's even a software or an operating system, I think, called the Ubuntu. And I actually feel good because what Ubuntu really symbolizes is something that each individual should embrace. If it is that, as a people, we can just embrace that principle of oneness, and that principle of oneness is really the true meaning of being selfish. Because if we're really to think of ourselves, we'll realize that we do need each other. We need each other to be able to continue to exist, to be able to achieve the things that were set out to achieve. So within the order of Bobo Shanti, there is actually, it's just within itself. It's basically the same thing. What the movement allows is for the opportunity, even for those that might not identify as Bobo Shanti, to realize that they have there is that particular niche that they can fit themselves into. So there isn't anything that really go against the other. It's just a basic principle that is within every living being, or it should be manifested within every living being.
Definitely. Yes, Honorable Empress. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, even with the works Honorable Priest Isaac, what Priest Isaac Institute does with the essay competition. That in itself too, it does so much in terms of educating our youth about themselves, and with that knowledge of self, then our children, they become empowered and they're confident in doing what it is that they're capable of doing. They won't doubt themselves. So that essay competition, I commend that. I love to hear about it. I love hearing that it's going on every year, because I know the impact that it will have on the youths when in the schools they don't really learn that much about themselves. So it reminds them of their godly nature and what they're capable of achieving. And again, once they know this, then they'll be able to confidently put their skill to use for the benefit of our people. So honors, give thanks.
I appreciate love that, and I mean it's just well, as I say, great minds think alike, because I was actually coming, that next reasoning or question was somewhere along that line, because I know that again your movement has several initiatives. You also do an essay competition. I know for sure when we were in St. Lucia just a few moons ago, there was a poetry, that's what it was, a poetry clash taking place, not clash really, but poetry vibes taking place. But you're always doing something on that practical level, and that's where I was really going to just get a little more idea of exactly what you're doing on a practical level. And I mean, the word has gotten around. I know you came into a not misfortune really, but some activities took place at your foundation that wasn't too happy as far as break an entry or whatever. But I know you stand strong, and we do pray the Most High continue to be with DI and of course the full family. But on a practical level, just give the family, very close to a closing note, to an idea of what you do on the ground. And I, as again starting the ball rolling, I know you have theater showing up videos, etc., cultural videos. You do other outreach program. I know for sure you have the essay competition and poetry competition. I think food programs as well. Give us an idea of what you actually do on that practical level.
Yes, give thanks, Honorable Priest Isaac. And, just as the word Ubuntu symbolize, I am because we are. The team really consists of persons who are very committed to the upliftment of our people, to the empowerment of our people. Certain ones, like, of course, the Right Honorable Priest Kailash, and the Right Honorable Ras Dr. Wayne Rose, who has been a tremendous strength to us. I know he was on earlier. He's someone that he just came, he saw, he loved the vibes, and he's just committed himself to the vibes because he knows that it's good. So with the Ubuntu movement, we have the Jajanai initiative, which is the Justice and Healing, Judgment and Heaping Nyabingi initiative, which in itself it's a movement that seeks to bring forward to remembrance the experience of Rastafari people throughout the Caribbean especially. It seeks to acknowledge, identify, acknowledge, highlight, and glorify the great works that Rastafari individuals have done throughout the years, even under severe persecution. And as well, in doing that, it aims to bring about a sentiment of pride, a sentiment of gratefulness within our people, ourselves, because it's not something that's really done on such a large extent. So it brings that, just the knowledge of what we've gone through, we've conquered that, and even right now at this point in time, the world has embraced so many aspects of Rastafari liberty, the same things that we've been persecuted for, and the same things that many of our people have been ruthlessly murdered for. The world is extolling it. It's even being seen as fashion statement in some arena, and then still it's being adopted even within our medical field, because they see that it has its benefits. So that's what Jaja and I does, and at the same time we seek to gain some level of compensation for the damage that has been done to our people, and the fact that we have been set back, or our progress have been impeded because of the how should I say, the ignorant forces that have fought against us over the years. Now, apart from that, out of the Jaja and I initiative, the Justice and Healing, Judgment and Heaping Nyabingi initiative, there is the Jaja and I bookstore at the Ubuntu Rastafari Cultural Center, which here in St. Lucia on Jeremy Street, and this is where the break-in happened that you alluded to. And at the Cultural Center, we provide an array of books that focus on our history, our experience as Black people. It provides a place where we can engage persons in reasoning, even in counseling, and it's something that's lacking here. And I know that throughout the Caribbean, a lot of our people, just even as Rastafari, and even not as Rastafari, just as Black persons, or just a person as an individual, sometimes we do not have the access to a space that is safe, a space that would provide that kind of knowledge even about the individual self, not trying to send them off in a direction that is far from who they are. but just
Exactly.
right, just to teach them to see that godliness within their own selves. So that happens at the Ubuntu Rastafari Cultural Center as well. And as you mentioned, we have a poetry slam that encourages talented ones in poetry. We have partnered with the Ministry of tourism. I stand to be corrected. If Raswin is listening, he can correct me on that session. That's saying there. So what we do is we have a competition encouraging others to demonstrate their talent in writing poetry, and out of that, the first place they gain $1,000 monetary reward, second place 500, and third place 250. So that's something that's been ongoing for the past 6 months. And it's just mainly to foster the enrichment of that talent that our people have, to bring it out there and then remind them that they can use that talent for their own benefit. We did have the COVID-19 essay competition, which during that year 2020, when Blessed, you were saying something?
No, I was just laughing. I remember you contacted me and we were speaking about it.
Yes.
That's why I gave a chuckle. But please continue.
Yes, it was a time when people were just so devastated, I mean, everybody was freaking out about COVID-19 and then children have to go to school and how children would learn and all these things, and then people didn't have jobs, and back to school is back to school is a financial thing. You have to get school uniform, you have to get books, you have to get bag, you have to get how many things, and then parents didn't have money, they weren't working. So what we chose to do at that time is to encourage the youth to write about their experience. So that was a form of therapy too, because a lot of children, there were such drastic changes that they didn't have somebody to really hold their hand and guide them through the process. So we encourage them to write about it. We encourage them to highlight challenges they were experiencing within their homes from their perspective, and then not just within their homes, but just challenges on the whole that were brought on because of the pandemic. And then we encourage them to provide solutions, what they saw as a solution to having to deal with what it meant now to exist in the COVID-19 pandemic. And from that, it was a beautiful experience. The children, they really manifested their brilliance, and their reward, every participant got like a back to school package with everything they needed. And some companies, they supplied print. They supplied different things to different various students for various reasons. So everyone that participated, they got something to ensure that return to school process, it was not as costly. So that in itself was just an amazing experience. And the persons that partnered with it's just the regular people, and again, it's just highlighting the whole principle of Ubuntu. I am because we are. We can solve our own issues once we put our strengths together. I mean, yes, it's good if these various bodies can do what they have to do, but combining our own strengths, we can accomplish much. And that's just what we at the Ubuntu movement want to remind people of, that we have the capability to just take care of our problems by supporting each other and thinking more wholesome, thinking of the benefit of the whole. Give thanks, Honorable.
Yes, Majesty. Yeah, that's beautiful. So, the audience obviously can see now that, okay, all right, a lot of boots on the grounds there, because there was a lot of, clarity on exactly all the works that you were doing. Honorable Empress, I will not hold you up anymore. I give thanks for the moment that was spent. I don't know if you'd want to leave any sealing words, whatever it may be, whether it's a link you want to leave with the people, how they could contact the movement in general, website, whatever the case is, or any other thing you'd like to add, please feel free.
Okay. Well, firstly, Honorable Priest Isaac, give thanks for the Institute, the strength of the Honorable Empress as well in manifesting the great works that you've been doing over the years. I know it's something, I bear witness that it's something that it's been ongoing and it's been consistent, and it's something that's done out of a love for humanity, a love for the empowerment of our people, for our people to be knowledgeable and to be progressive with that knowledge. So I honor that again and I give thanks for it. All right, and I pray that Jah provide you with the strength to be able to continue and continues to ensure that your vision is clear, so you can clearly decipher your path and not forward, because the work is needed, it is appreciated, and we're grateful for it. Give thanks. So regarding the Ubuntu movement, we can be contacted through WhatsApp 758-285-5195. That's for anyone. We always encourage persons globally who want to partner with us out of the knowledge that this is not just an individual thing. We're willing to share ideas and share whatever other resources that we might have once it's for the benefit and upliftment of our people. We would collaborate, we will work together with towards achieving a clearly defined aim. So any persons, you want to learn more about us, what we're doing, you can reach out to us first via WhatsApp. That's an initial step. 758-285-5195. 758-285-5195. And we will connect from there and just make the world a better place. As cliche as it might sound, it's still a reality, it's still a necessity. Give thanks for having me again.
Yes, blessed love, give thanks. And as you all heard it, the information that Honorable Empress provided is to connect with them. Very, very rare that you hear entrepreneurs sharing their information as it relates to openness in terms of partnership. And as the Empress was sharing that they have a cultural center / bookstore that is probably of its own within the Caribbean space as it relates to Black literature, African descent information there. So this is more certainly an initiative that you should to reach out to them and to contact them about. It's very rare to find good literature spaces as it relates to Black literature.
And Honorable Empress Naya, if I might just add, we also have a website, justiceandhealing.com. So persons can learn more about us from there, justiceandhealing.com.
Yes.
All right. Give thanks.
Give thanks,
Blessed love.
And blessings to you and the full family.
Yes, blessed love.
Love
The
you.
Honorable Empress.
Blessed. Rastafari. Love joy. Give thanks. All right.
Yeah, that was very nice to have her here.
Yes, that was a wonderful reasoning there. That was with the Right Honorable Empress Ethiopia.
Yes.
Of course. Also, really a daughter of the soil here in Anu, but
I was just thinking that she's an honorary Antiguan, and that's pretty much how we identify those who are gone from a space, graduated from a space, doing marvelous works, notable honorary.
I give thanks for such. And of course, she gave us a good uplifting meditation of the Ubuntu vibration. Whoever had no understanding of what that was, I think the Honorable Empress would have filled us in. It was nice.
Yeah.
Definitely, of course, that feminine energy. Give thanks to the feminine energy right here in the tiger's lair as well, in the tiger's nest. It is all nice. And of course, she also went into, that's a lot of work they are really doing on the ground there as well. The initiative reaching out to young and old, other things that they do, that wasn't really mentioned there. If you really to like Voltron, what the Honorable Empress is doing, maybe Voltron is not part of the Voltron analogy there, but when you put everything together, the Honorable Empress is doing, and of course the Honorable Priest Kailash and yeah, just add everything in one is really a lot of works that will touch both young and old, and the crippled and the sick and the blind and the deaf and the just coming to the world, and those who are learning to walk, and those who are in need, and those who can help. And there's so many things that are there in that pool of collaboration. So give thanks for such inspiration, give thanks for such entrepreneurship that is being expressed as well. So remember, it's definitely Patrons Day, and of course the telethon is on. Honorable Empress, you're saying?
Yeah, I was just thinking about what the Empress just shared as it relates to the ways in which the St. Lucia government pretty much supports them and collaborate on various projects that they do that is of interest. So that's very impactful and upful.
Very, very encouraging.
It is encouraging.
I hear you, definitely. Well, of course, that is so for sure. As as we had Brother Franz de Freitas, who is also a political hopeful as well. He himself has already clearly said, I think even on my program, well, for sure, on his radio program, he clearly said, for sure, once he's in that position there, not just essay competition, but I guess what he would consider my expertise won't go to waste. Yeah. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life for sure. Again, give thanks for what a wonderful interview that we had a moment ago. So yes, family, just reminding you of the number and of course our email address. Remember, area code 1268. Write it down, area code 1268. If the link is not in the description below this video, those who are seeing it on the internet, in the description will be there in a moment. So remember, area code 1268, area code 1268 728 8289, 728 8289. For sure, we have not reached $1,000 yet, family. Family, we have not reached to $1,000 in pledge or in the contribution. In fact, I don't think we passed 500 as yet, family. So of course, obviously, we need to definitely step up as it relates to that. If we really understand and comprehend what is being taken place here, I'm sure by now we all understand that this is about the liberation of our people. This is about the upliftment and the minds and hearts of our youth. So I am definitely looking forward to the loved ones putting forward their hands towards this initiative here. As I said, this is a telethon taking place at this moment. We have a target. It is $12,000 is the target, family, today that we intend to make. I mean, obviously, for sure, if we kind of, I don't want to diminish it and say if we can't hit half or a quarter, but family, we definitely have to, by this time, understand the importance of going forward when it comes to the rising of our people. You understand? This is just practice, Practice, we practice it here. Practice, we practice it here. When Brother Ras Wayne was with us, not this morning here, I'm talking about the interview that we did about a month ago. Although he did not go into full depths, he was speaking about the maritime initiative. We didn't go too deep, but I'm an individual that have an understanding. Even a few months ago, there was a seminar in St. Lucia as it relates to that same maritime initiative. And when you understand the details of it, and you understand the vision for the future, maritime means ships. The vision of Marcus Garvey, putting ships on the water to create commerce and trade amongst ourselves within this territory, and of course with Africa, and of course internationally. Now, when you think like that now, and you're gathering people together, it's not as if you yourself saying, listen, man, I alone can do this, I don't need no help. No, we're coming together. As much as we can come together, conscious mind people. And again, because I have an understanding of the mechanics of what is needed to make this maritime initiative work, I'm just looking at this budget for the essay competition and raising $12,000, and I'm saying this is just practice, family. That's my point. This is just practice. I mean, the point is that we know the initiative and the goal that we're trying to hit. The goal is to get to the hearts and mind of our people. The goal is liberation. The goal is freedom, redemption. The goal is rising our standard. All of this is the goals that we have. And there are different ways to go towards the goal. You understand? So the maritime initiative, that's one way. That's a big, big way. That covers so many things. That covers industry, economics, that covers trade, that covers so many things. Empire building, essay competition, that's another way. That it may be a little narrower corridor, but it covers the education of the mind. It covers the inspiration of the child who has no inspiration around him or her whatsoever as it relates to Afrocentricity. So there's so many different things that we are looking at when it comes to that. So I'm just showing you, family, these are different projects, different initiatives. That is why we, as those that have the brainchild, then comes to those who we consider of the same mind, because we're not asking anybody who's listening. There are plenty of people listening. There are people that are listening that are paid to listen to us. I don't want them to take the hard-earned money to go contribute to me. I want you to forget what I'm saying. Anybody that is paid to listen to you ain't really your friend. There's a reason why they're paid. I'm not asking. That's why we celebrate. Give me a second here. Let me say something here. This is why I celebrate Radio Anu, This is the resurrection celebration of Radio Anu. When something resurrects, that means it died before, Radio Anu was taken off of the grid before, Not by no guess. I was given emails, family. I'm not going into all of that again right now. Yeah, I don't like to keep talking about these 3-letter peoples. You understand? But I am telling you, I am not asking you. I am telling you, I know. This is from my heart. There are people that are paid to listen to you. Now, some people not paid, but they're listening to criticize. They're listening to hear when you make a mistake. They're listening to find what you say that, oh, you have it wrong, or something. They're just listening. We don't want nothing from them people here. Straight up, no feel that way. You understand? Because this is a sacrifice of love. Everything have energy, Everything have energy. So those now, this is why we encourage those who understand the value of what is being done. Listen to me good. Those who appreciate. Because there are many that appreciate and understand the value of the liberation struggle, and they do not contribute to it. I don't mean what I do in here today. No. I mean in general. In general, many of you do appreciate it. I'm not hitting you. I'm not hitting you. You really love it. You really appreciate it, but somehow you don't reach to the point yet where you say that, yeah, man, let me put something towards the professor. Or let me put something towards the theater. Or let me put something towards the school program that they have over here. Or the food program that they have over there. Now, some of us, somehow we just don't reach there yet. We nice, and we happy and say, yes, my brother, blessed lover, black power. And you mean it too, and you actually do. But we just don't reach there yet. We got to reach there, man. You gotta reach there. This essay competition is in February. And honestly, from my heart, I find it hard to believe someone who listening to us, who know what we're doing and love what we're doing, cannot say, hey, listen, brother, I don't have it now, but I can pledge you $50. Today is the 3rd of November. You can get it by the 1st of January. Wow. If that cannot be done, well, to be honest, maybe you should, maybe I can help you. Okay, if you can't get $50 by the 1st of January, maybe we should come together and try to help you, because you have to have a family that's suffering if you cannot get $50 by the 1st of January. I'm very serious, family. If we're serious about liberation, we have to wake up. I'm not no stranger in front of you, family. In all honesty, let's be clear. This is the 10th year we're doing this. Oh, Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. I think it's a bit early for the tiger's nest, I don't know how I got so far. But anyway, you were saying something, Honorable Empress.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this time of the year.
The spirit kind of got me there. You know how it is.
Yeah, this time of the year, most of us or ones and ones would be considering what kind of gifts that we can give for the little, the holidays that are approaching us. Whether it may be Christmas, Thanksgiving, or even Kwanzaa.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Kwanzaa, yes.
Yeah, so we just want to utilize our economical strength with such intention that we are making things a bit more impactful within the entire collective. So the African Heritage History competition is one of those initiatives that we have here that does marvelous works as it relates to community uplift, intellectual integrity, and them things as sort.
Definitely. Give thanks, Honorable. Beautiful. Hey, family, give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. And, of course, give thanks once again for the Honorable Empress Ethiopia. Definitely giving us a wonderful meditation day today. Hey, it's Patrons Day. We continue. And, of course,